Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. There is a message that I want to share with you guys, and this is a narration of a voice note that I received. And the voice note reads like this: Hello, my brother. How are you? Can you please post my story as hidden identity? I am a young man who is aged 29 years old. I am currently living here in South Africa in a certain province. Here in the province where I am staying, I have one hair salon, but back home in Zim, so far I have managed to open up 3 very good hair salons, and the type of a service that we offer back home, it is top class. A lot of people that have money are the ones that can afford to come and have their hair done, their nails in my hair salon. But my brother, for me to be where I am right now, I have my own confession that I want to give you. Maybe if I give you this confession, I'll sleep better at night, because currently I can't even sleep better at night because of all the things that I have done and all the things that I have been doing. So when I arrived here in South Africa, I was someone who was a professional, and when I came here, I just heard that there was a shortage of skills. But when I came to South Africa, for me to get a job, it was proving to be very difficult, because now in most companies, they favor to employ South Africans before they employ any foreigner. It doesn't matter what type of qualifications you have, that is the procedure. So I had to wait in queue, and when I saw that things were not going according to plan, that was when I spoke with one of my friends. Me and her, we attended the same university. She then said that she had opened up her own spa, and she said that if I wanted, I would just come and hang out at her spa. Maybe I would learn 1 or 2 things, my brother. At that time, when I started going to chill at her small spa that she had opened up, I didn't even had any experience at all when it comes to the salon business. But when I saw that there was money that was flowing into her business, then I got interested, and I asked her if she was willing to teach me. But I then saw that this thing of foot massage and things like that, they were not my style. So she said that she was going to teach me how to be a hairdresser. That is how I became a hairdresser. But this did not happen overnight. It took a lot of hard work. After that, my brother, I then found myself on the street, because she then started dating this other man. When she started dating that man, the man, who is a local, didn't understand what type of a relationship that me and my friend had. So he just said that he is a guy, I'll never trust him with my wife. That is when he said that he didn't want me to associate with my university friend. So we parted ways, and I found myself in the street. What I will do is that whenever I'll get a client, there was this other saloon whereby we used to go to that saloon, and you'll just book a chair until you would have finished working on your client's hair. That was how I was surviving. Life was really difficult, but here and there, especially during the festive seasons, I was able to make a lot of money. So when I was working in the street, one thing I found about South Africa is that it is a mixture of cultures. There are different people from different parts of Africa, as well as other local people who come from different parts of South Africa. So when we will be sitting, then we will start discussing, until one day I then started discussing with this other guy. He was from DRC. So when I was speaking with that guy who was from Congo, he then said that he knew this certain herb. This herb, he said that in his country, it is mainly used by those women of the night or prostitutes to attract some customers. When he told me about this herb, I really got interested. But for me to get that herb, it was proving to be very difficult, because ever since he had came here here to South Africa. He had never returned back to his country. So when he had told me the name of that herb, I used to be in this other WhatsApp group whereby most of truck drivers who were doing cross-border were in that group. So I then just said, I am looking for this type of a herb. If anyone will have a trip going to DRC, can you please bring me back the herb? I am willing to pay you anything. In the meantime, that man, whom was my friend who was from DRC, he had said that once we had gotten that herb, he knew how to use it. So I then found this other truck driver. I then said that if he manages to bring back that herb, then I was going to pay him. And he brought it back. And when he brought it back, I was with my friend. We waited for him Then he gave us that herb and I gave him the money. That was when my friend said that he was going to make the charm that was going to attract some customers for me and him. We were supposed to share that herb since me and him, we had helped each other paying that truck driver, because the truck driver, he said that he had found it to be very troublesome to get that herb out of DRC. So he charged us a lot of money. After my friend had made some charms, that was when we started rubbing those charms on our forehead. What we used to do is that we used to mix that charm with Nivea Q10. So when you would be going to work, you will just rub that Nivea Q10 mixed with the herbs on your forehead. Then you would go to work. I started to see that this herb, it truly worked, because like my friend had told me, he had said that wherever I will be, that place will be full of confusion. There was one day, whilst I was on the taxi, I had taken out something like 20 rand so that I can pay the taxi. But there was so much confusion in that taxi. It was only after I had realized what was happening, that was when I asked the driver to give me back my 20 rand, because the moment that I take out some money from my pocket without telling that money that I do not want it to come back with other money on top of it, then it will start causing confusion. So when the driver returned back my money, I then saw that there was peace again. People were no longer insulting each other over the confusion that was happening whilst I was in that taxi. I then took back that 20 rand and I pulled out 2 5-rand coins and I whispered softly without anyone hearing me, and I said, I want you to go and I do not want you to go and I do not want you to come back to me. This is what my friend had told me. He said that whenever I wanted to use or to buy something, I had to tell the money that I am about to buy something in this shop or from this person, but me using you to buy whatever I want to buy, it does not mean that you have to go into that shop and come back to me. And after I had done that, then there was peace in that taxi. This is the life that I live, my brother. Each and every time when I want to buy something, I whisper softly so that no one can ever hear what I'll be saying. After that, me and my friend, we started to have some disagreements. You know, when there is money, people are bound to fight. So me and him, we then separated, and I was working on another street and he was working on the other street, but still we were getting a lot of clients. It's just that when we were at the same place, we were having a lot of arguments over the clients that we were getting. That was when we decided that each and everyone had to go their separate ways. So since this guy who was from DRC was the one who knew how to use these charms, I think that after we had separated, he then made some charms so that the charms that he had given me can stop working, because all of a sudden clients stopped coming to me. Then I'll just hear that the guy was stealing my clients, and I got so angry. So in the province where I am staying, my brother, there are a lot of traditional healers that operate in the CBD. I then approached one local traditional healer who is a South African. She is a good herbalist. But the thing is that if you go to her and if you tell her that you want to be a ritualist, she will never deny you anything. But she is a really good herbalist. She can cure a lot of diseases using the African natural way. When I approached her, I told her that I was facing a lot of bad luck. She then said that, do you want any small boys? So when she said that, do you want any small boys, I was really scared because I didn't want to associate my life with those tokoloshis because they are very scary. And she said that the tokoloshis that she can create for me, they would never hurt me or to hurt any of my family members. I said, if that is the case, then it is fine. She then said that, what type of a business are you doing? Then I told her that I was a hairdresser. She said, the only thing that you can feed these tokoloshis is that maybe once or twice a month after you have done someone's hair, what you need to do is that you take some of the hair that would have fallen down, and instead of you throwing that hair into the dustbin, you will just gather it. Then at your place, you need to have this other sacred place where you keep the hair that you would have taken from the hair salon. Then the tokoloshis will just come and feed on that human hair. So this was quite easy for me. I just said once or twice a month, it does not matter, because in the hair salon there is always a lot of human hair lying around and we just throw it away anyway. So this is what I used to do, my brother. I just take some human hair after finishing up my client's hair, then I'll just gather the hair that would have fallen on the floor, then I'll just place it aside. But I do not do it every day. I just do it once or twice a month. So with the thing that was happening, then I started to notice that instead of the money going out of my pocket and later finding out that the money has returned back to me, I started to notice two shadows that always appeared in my bedroom. Whenever they would appear in my bedroom, when I would look again, then I'll see that instead of those small two shadows, there will be a huge quantity of money that the shadows would have brought into my room. I then returned back to that South African herbalist and I wanted to consult with her. She then told me that this was the good work that was being done by my two small boys, so I had to respect them. Anything that they would want from me, I was supposed to provide for them. My brother, it started so funny. One day I was just sleeping and it was during the daytime. I had returned back from church. Then when I was feeling fatigued, I said, let me just sleep. I was waiting for this other soccer match to start. That was when I saw a dream. That was when I saw myself in a dream, and in my dream I was standing next to this other very short men, but they were very old, maybe something like 60 or 70 years old, but they seemed like they were trapped inside the body of a young person, and they started speaking with me. The woman then said that she wanted a husband. Then the man said that he wanted a wife and they wanted blood. And at the beginning of this thing, my brother, they said that they just wanted chicken blood. That was all that they would ever need. So I said, how am I going to get a wife for you? That was when I saw in my vision, I saw that there was one sister of mine, but she is my cousin sister. She was the one that I started seeing in my dreams. She was dressed up like she was a bride getting ready to have a big wedding. That was when one of those short boys told me that it was the wife that it had chosen. Then that tokoloshi, the female one, it showed me one of my brother. He is my elder brother. Then she said that she wanted to get married to my brother. So I said, how am I going to do it? Then I was told the rituals that I was supposed to perform for my cousin sister. I was supposed to buy her a very beautiful dress and send it to her. The moment that she was going to accept that gift that I would have sent to her, then it will mean that she would have accepted to become the wife of a tokoloshi. as for my brother, I was supposed to do the same thing. I had to buy a beautiful suit for him, and after he had accepted that suit, then it means that he would have agreed to become a husband to that female Tokoloshi. I did this, my brother. I contacted this other runner. This runner, she was here in South Africa. She used to buy clothes from Turkey. So I gave her some money. She ordered a very beautiful suit. This was for my brother. Then she ordered a very beautiful dress as well from Turkey. It was for my cousin sister. When those items had came here to South Africa, I then asked one of the truck drivers that I was dealing with at that time. He then went to Zim with those items. I then told my cousin sister that there was a present that I had sent for her from South Africa as well as my brother. They were really happy, and my brother and my cousin sister, that is how they were made to become partners to these Tokoloshis that I have. After that, then the Tokoloshis started complaining, and they were saying that the blood that I was feeding them, the blood that belonged to the chicken, was not enough. They needed something that was big, so that they can last a little bit longer before they can feel hungry again. So after that, my brother, that was when I slaughtered my first goat. But on the day that I slaughtered my first goat, I had a dream. It seemed as if it was an angel that visited me in my dreams. Then the person who visited me, he seemed to be so holy, but he was angry at me, even though he did not speak with me. After that, then those Tokoloshis came back to me, and that is when I started regretting, because they said that at least if I can just sacrifice one of my relatives, they can go at least for 5 or 6 years before they can start starving again. I then chose one amongst my relatives. After I had sacrificed my relatives, that was when I was able to open up those luxurious hair salons that I have there in Zim, even though I can't tell you the location where my saloons are. Right now, my brother, many years have gone by, and those Tokoloshis, they have started coming back to me. Whenever they come back to me, they do not bring any money. They say that they are starving. They need more blood.